guys!
Hello there guys and welcome back to Cerberus Gamers Road Trade Group. And yes, I am very much in the mode of just going hello there guys with the hand wave and everything. I am aware it's not something I can stop doing now.
If you don't know what we're referring to, refer to behind the scenes video.
And the actual episode at a time.
Oh, did I leave it in the episode as well?
We did, yes.
Happy days.
So, you are currently in a suspiciously square room with a couple of corridors potentially leading off it, one of which definitely has necrons there.
Have you told us all this yet?
What? Update me again, please.
We've got the one where the other thing's fallen over, one with the necrons, but have you told us that this is
Which one's got the necrons in?
The right-hand passage has the necrons down it. There are 3 of them, and one of them is notably larger than the others.
Okay, that's down the right. Okay.
The left-hand one definitely has some sort of drop in it, because the servitor that you bodged together from bits of other servitors has fallen flat on its face and is basically sounding the request for assistance.
Alright. Right. How do I want to word this? Right, okay. So the left one, there's a sudden drop, and on the right one, there's 3 hostiles. One is bigger than the others that we just fought.
Could be an immortal.
How big is the drop?
I don't know, I have no signal from the server.
The servitor is not describing any major damage other than the fact it's
Vertical.
Yeah,
I've
landed
fallen,
on his face.
and I can't get up.
Pretty much.
Stick to what I said.
Okay.
which implies that it's probably not too big a drop.
So it could have hit a rock and...
It should be able to deal with that, which means it was most likely a drop rather than, if it bumped into something, it should be smart enough to go around it.
So, by the looks of it,
It's
right.
stupid, but it's not
We
that
have to go
stupid.
right.
Well, here's the question. Luther, you've encountered these guys before. If we avoid these necrons now, is this going to backfire on us later?
Thing is I've not encountered an overlord before. I've encountered these...
The little bastards that shot me.
I've encountered these, shall we say, warriors, but never the overlord himself.
How do you know this is an overlord?
Sure you've heard the voice.
Ah, the creepy speaking guy.
No, these warriors wouldn't do those. They wouldn't be over, basically, speaking his voice over his own domain and just...
Okay, so say we bump into the overlord. Are all these necrons that we're avoiding going to gang up on us?
He will call them to himself.
Well, this sucks.
No matter what we do, he will call anything he has at his disposal against us.
Right, what's up? We gotta go down right. We take them out clean and quick.
I agree. But do you not want your servitor back?
There's hardly a signal. If there's another route, I'll go and see what I can do.
Well, let's go kill some bitches.
Cool. You're heading down the right-hand fork then?
Alright, we'll quietly and stealthily try and get the drop on them.
Does my server squad have a weapon yet?
It's just
Am I able to give it one now? Or
Potentially.
not
but-
now, like when I
Yeah,
get...
yeah. You can reconfigure the servo skull on the ship to do any... Basically, it's got baseline stats, and then you get to pick one stat and boost it by 20, which this one's currently got its perception boosted.
Right, for this.
If you want to give it a weapon, you can give it any pistol-sized weapon and boost its ballistic skill. So,
I'm gonna
these,
do a,
what's
Send the
the...
servers... No.
When we go down the corridor then with these necrons, have they got their back to us? Are they like in line? Or
the necrons are sort of turning and sweeping the corridor, but they seem to be... Something about them seems almost distracted. They continue to turn their heads all the way around.
Well, like an owl.
All the way
So they're on lookout for
so do
Yeah,
180.
Oh, okay.
in unnatural ways, but the way they do it is very, very slow. With correct timing and sufficient stealth, you can get reasonably close to them before they would you
Alright.
Are they lined up next to each other?
There are two that are slightly further forward. They are the slightly smaller ones, very similar to the warriors you encountered earlier. And one behind them that is larger and carrying a much larger weapon. There's a cable running
relay
from that
to me?
weapon straight up into the thing's spine.
Is this information that Silver Skull picked up?
This is what you can now see.
Oh, it's what we can see.
Can I go stealthily
It's
up to
an
the
immortal.
two smaller ones, take my blade out and try to decapitate them in one go?
Wait, let's make a plan here.
You need a hell of a stealth check to get that close to them.
Okay.
You can get to within charging distance,
Right,
basically,
that's where I want to be.
and have a decent chance of them not
Of the
spotting.
big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that's what we see. Do we need a plan before we go for this?
We need to take out the big guy first. Then.
Oh, I'll charge the big guy.
We'll take out the smaller one.
So
what I'll do,
it's an
It's an
immortal.
immortal. I knew it was an immortal the moment he described the weapon it was carrying.
So what's the difference between him and a normal necro?
Basically,
He's one of
he's
them.
got a bigger gun,
Oh, is that
and he can take a lot of hits.
right? Okay. I think unless we take out the two small ones, so then we can all aim at the immortal at the same time. Because if we take him out, we've still got them on our backs.
Yeah, but he's gonna
You
hit
can
harder.
deal with them. If I keep him distracted enough.
Okay.
If we occupy
me.
the two,
So us two aim for the other two. And
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I want you to all make me some concealment checks.
I'm gonna
That's a
fake
16.
point that because
Okay.
I'm bad.
That is a 16.
That's good enough.
Got 17.
Excellent. You are all able to maintain concealment up until the point at which you strike. This means you all get to make one free action at the beginning of the combat.
Oh, one free action.
That's one full turn, effectively, and that's before we roll the initiative.
So I could essentially shoot him twice.
You basically what will happen is
You'll get a shot off.
yes, you'll get your action
Mm-hmm.
or your turn. So yes, that could potentially be 2 snapshots,
Mm-hmm.
and then once everything from that initial surprise volley has been resolved, then we'll roll initiative and we'll go from there.
Am I in charge of distance of the big guy?
You are within charging distance of the front guys, but not the big guy.
Would we be able to?
I'm going to take a shot with my Inferno pistol at the two front guys.
Okay.
How far are
I would
we
charge-
from them?
I'm going to charge up to the small guy. Hopefully I take him out in this one hit. And then...
Well, if that's the case, then I'll take a shot at the immortal and try and
Okay.
blind it. Like, make it
I was-
flinch long enough for you to get close enough. to
Either
finish it
that
off.
or if I take him out and there's one there, both of you shoot
I mean,
at that.
I could try and shoot his arm, make it so he can't shoot well with it.
Just-
Keep in mind you can do aim shots to target specific parts of the body,
Yeah.
but it's a -20. But you can also take the time to aim.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna do. Yeah. I'll do that.
Am I within a 10-meter range though?
yes.
Okay.
As I say, you guys, you are within charging distance of this front row,
Okay.
which is what's your charge distances?
How do we determine that?
9.
The charge distance is 9. Is
Where
it?
does it say charge?
It's one of the movement ones on the other side. It's one of those.
Oh,
yeah.
9.
Okay, it's 3 times your
Oh,
delta
9.
bonus. 9, yeah. So yeah, you are within about 9 meters of them. Actually, let's be charitable and say you're within about 8 meters of these guys, which puts you at about 10 from them.
I'm just going to shoot them while I'm at a safe distance.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm going to charge the one that they're not shooting at.
Okay. What I'm just going to ask you to do is.
And I'll aim at the immortal.
Okay, I'm going to assume you are, for the purposes of rules, acting simultaneously on this one.
Yeah.
So basically, I need you to declare what each of you is going to do. Then we'll do we'll do them one at a time. But from a rules point of view, everything will happen at once.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So-
declare who you're shooting.
So I will shoot at the immortal, and I will specifically aim for its. What would
Hand?
what would be the yeah? I don't know. Taking out. See, the
Test
thing
areas
is, I want to
big
make sure that Gromlet can get into combat with it before he can get flailed alive by a big gun.
Yeah, that Gauss weapon is
One of his
It's horrible.
shoulders, because that's what's going to be holding up the weapon.
One of his arms.
Yeah.
Go with it.
I'll try and aim at its left arm or right arm.
Right.
I think the left arm because then it'll
Right
it'll
arm.
drop the gun.
cool. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
So
gonna-
that's what you're
I'm
going to do.
gonna aim and specifically shoot its
I
arm.
say, I just want everybody to declare before we start rolling.
See, okay. If I use my bolt gun, that's got a clip of 24, right?
Yes.
So essentially each one of them would be 1 damage.
Potentially.
But could I use that as like an auto weapon and do it between
You
the two?
can, but you can only target one thing with auto fire at once.
Alright, I'll just stick with my Inferno
Is that-
pistol and I'll shoot at this guy.
Okay, and Gromlick.
I'm going to charge. Just a risk if I haven't done anything enough damage. I'll charge at him.
Okay, we will start with Carl, but as I say, these are all happening simultaneously.
So I will fire.
Take
I will
aim.
take aim and fire at his right arm.
Okay, 79. Oh,
I'm gonna fail.
that
I'm gonna
hits, but
re-roll
it is
that.
only just.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay, I think that's your last fight. Holy
Oh,
Jesus.
Yes.
What's that?
2.
Yeah, your shot slams into it.
Just all the crits have been building up since the
Yeah,
Nurgle infestation.
so that's a critical hit. So you get an extra damage dice, plus the extra damage dice you get for other things.
So how many
So that's 4d10 plus whatever its natural damage is.
Okay, so let's say +3. Okay, and there we go. So 9 and 8,
Woohoo! So that's 20 so far.
and then
And
10 and 3.
another 13, so we're up to... So it gets hit for 33.
So 20 plus. So 20 plus.
Righteous Fury. Does it activate?
So
79 or below
so
to
roll 1 or
both of them. Righteous Fury does not go off, unfortunately. But you still hit it for 33 damage total. What's the pen on that weapon?
1.
It's a pen of 1. So it's got an armor rating of 8, so -7 for its armor, -10 for its toughness. So 33 minus 17 is 16, so it has taken 16 wounds.
Nice.
Okay.
That is not bad at all. Your shot slams home into its arm, and it staggers noticeably. Because you were very logical about how you did that, I'm going to give it a penalty to hit for the next 2 rounds.
Okay, that gives enough time.
Okay, your shot at this boy, please.
Yeah, so it's a weapon skill, is it?
Yep.
43.
Are you
Big
doing
yes.
this as 2 quick
Yes.
shots, or are you doing it as 1 aimed shot?
2 shots or what?
You can take half an action. Basically, shooting is half an action,
Right.
or you can take a half action to sort of steady your weapon, aim, and fire, which gives you a +20 to hit,
That'd be 60.
Alright, yeah.
or you can potentially hit it twice and do more damage.
I'll hit it twice.
Okay,
I'll
two,
aim it. Yeah.
2 single shots. So the first
48.
one goes wide.
Okay.
The second goes wide.
Damn.
Did you just roll 2 68s in a
I
row?
Yeah.
did.
Statistically speaking, that's very unlikely. Okay, so that
This is
Necro
shame
Warrior
this is
is
not-
uninjured as 2 gouts of burning hot melter energy flash to either side of it.
I blame my gouge.
You've also only got 1 shot left in that clip.
So you're up another.
Oh yeah.
Robert charge.
Yeah, I'm in.
Holy Jesus, yeah, you're in.
Okay. So
You,
that's it.
Yeah, that's a hit. 75, that's one of the legs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, the Necron kind of towers above you a bit, so your power fist smashes into its leg.
1d10 plus 20.
Yeah. Plus 22 of memory serves.
22, yes, that is 27.
27. It
Pen-
dead.
Pen of 9.
Your power fist smashes into its leg, and it goes cartwheeling off to the side.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and it took a power fist to the
The leg goes flying off and slams against the cabin wall, causing a noticeable dent in it. And then it it and the Necron phase out of existence. So that one's out of it.
I want to pick up his legs.
Wait, so why did I only shoot twice then if I've got a clip of 3?
Because you...
Well, you got 3 bullets in that round, in that clip.
Yeah, I only shot 2.
Yeah, because that's how much time has gone by.
Oh, right, I see.
You had each turn represents a couple of seconds,
Right, okay.
basically. So you can do a certain amount of stuff in that given amount of time before you have to start doing stuff. Roll me initiative, please. So again, just 1d10 plus your 1d10. Thank you.
5.
So
4.
Plus my what?
4 plus your
plus your agility bonus.
3. 8.
12.
8.
Yeah.
So we'll roll off. Who
15.
goes first?
You can decide it between you if you're on the same side. You only need to roll off.
So I got 15.
You got 15. Okay.
Right, Necron number 1. Luckily for you, Necron warriors are slow as all hell. So that's quite good. So yeah, warrior number 2 is currently, a vaporized pile of something. But warrior number 1 gets a 10. And the immortal
Can suck my dick.
gets a 10. So Gromlik, you are first.
Yep, charging the immortal.
Figured you probably would.
60, that's a pass.
Cool. You sure? What's your melee skill?
We get plus 20.
Yeah.
It is 60,
Yeah, fair enough.
but that's an 80 there.
Cool. Yep, you bull rush it. 44, that's body, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, 1d10 plus 22, so that's 24. Yeah, 20,
Cool.
22 you said, yeah?
Yep.
24.
So it is. So its toughness bonus is 10, so that's 24 minus 10. Pen on the power fist.
9.
Cool, it's only got 8 armor, so we can ignore that. So 14. You jammy bastard.
No, just wiped it out.
It had 14 wounds left, and you just did 14 points of damage. Jesus Christ, that power fist is OP in this dungeon.
I guess you're just going to have to send more units our way.
Oh yeah, I'm not afraid to do that if I have to, it's fine. So yeah, the Necron Immortal, still staggered from the blow it took from Carl's rifle, is unable to defend itself from the shattering blow of your power fist as its chest is completely caved in. It smashes itself against the wall and lets out an oddly pitiable moan as it vanishes in a green haze. Seeing what is clearly the most dangerous threat at the moment, the Necron, the surviving Necron warrior targets Gromlik. It takes aim and shoots and hits. It hits Gromlik 75 in the leg.
Yep. Right leg, I think.
Yep. Dun, 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 1d10 plus 8.
I got a natural toughness, don't I?
No.
From the implant. No,
A natural strength. 5 plus 8, so 13 damage. What's your
Armor.
what's your armor?
6 on the right leg.
Cool. It's got a pen of 3, so that gets reduced to 3. And your toughness bonus?
5.
Cool. So subtract 8 from that. You take 5 damage.
I'm a pencil.
You might need to grab my backpack. Go on there.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm on 12.
Yeah, so you're just taking 5 wounds.
I won't give you my pencil.
That's not bad. I'm
Okay.
still happy. We do have a medicator.
Back round to Gromlik. Actually, no, it's not Gromlik now. Sorry,
That's
it's
it.
now either Tina or Carl.
I think it's me.
You have equal initiative, and since you're on the same side, you get to choose.
Okay.
I'll let
You're going to aim this
I'm
one.
gonna aim.
we
this
rolled
time.
off Gina.
Cool.
So we rolled off Gina, but more than this.
You get plus
Sorry, it's
How
only,
can I?
it's only a plus 10 when you aim. It's not a plus
10.
20.
Plus 10.
It's I was getting confused because the scope on his
Yeah, my scope's basically the
Wait, so
right
what am
now.
I rolling?
plus 10 to whatever.
Plus
I
10.
just
Oh,
need
you
to
are
get
plus
you
10.
missed. You take careful aim. You line up, you pull the trigger,
And then my left arm just drops suddenly.
and it goes just completely wide. There's now a nice, interesting hole in the cabin wall. There's a blast of superheated air slammed into it.
I'm going to take aim and I'm going to
99!
fire.
100.
Still complete.
22.
Yep,
If he got
all
100, that'd be
that's all 3 d10s worth of damage.
3 d10s. Okay, where am I hitting them?
You
Oh,
hit
okay,
him
hold on.
in the head.
Yeah.
I've already
That's why I wanted it.
rolled one thing.
No, you didn't. Roll it yourself.
Alright, I'll keep that one. So, and then I'll do that.
That sucks.
That
That
kind of
makes
paid
up.
off.
One
There we
more.
go, and then these 2.
No.
No,
That's
you're right,
right.
one more.
So 14.
7 plus 3.
14 plus
3.
3 on that gun.
Because that's
17.
my gun damage.
So, yep. So that's 17. You've only got a pen of 1, haven't you?
Yeah, pen of 1.
So minus 5 for his armor, minus 10 for his minus 8 for his toughness. So that is definitely some damage. 17 minus 13. 4 points of damage.
But he's still standing.
He's still up, but he sort of staggers from the blow a bit. Fair enough.
I'm just pissed off that my aiming's so shit.
This is the
out
thing.
here in this
His
tunnel.
power fist is doing so much guaranteed damage that the dice rolls are basically not relevant.
Charge it!
Yeah.
Pass.
Cool. Punch it, smacks him in the leg.
25.
Yeah, it's dead. Only had 16 wounds left. Yeah.
Oh man, fucking Achilles heel over here, man.
Yeah, your power fist is just horrendous against
Can
Necrops.
I upgrade my bionic arm to have a fist on there?
Different thing, but you could potentially acquire a power fist if you wanted to. To be fair, your sword might be more efficacious against these guys. You never know. But yeah, your power fist slams home, and that Necron is toast. Yeah, Balsal's Blade's actually a pretty good weapon. I used there are special rules for creating cool loot, and I use those to make that.
Well, in that case, now that everyone's dead, I'm going to sheath my pistol and take out my sword because I've had enough of missing my
Hey,
shots.
Cool.
Lufa, I can deal with a patch up here.
Yeah. Go.
Since he's a SWAT and not human, I'm going to put you at a minus 20 test on this.
You are such an asshole. You're so salty right now.
He's not human, I'm sorry.
You're so salty right now, aren't you?
That's what I get for asking to be a squat.
He's so salty right now. Because he's Necron.
Stop waffling on and
Just
put me
roll
off
it.
mine.
I'm going to
Come on.
have to get my arm checked out back on the
Minus
ship.
20. So what am I fighting against?
Intelligence.
So I need 22.
Yep.
I'm afraid not.
You're able to bandage him up, but otherwise, not much more than that.
Sorry, my friend.
And that could have been a lot worse. The stat line on that Necron, on that Immortal's gun is hideous.
It was the Necron.
No, it's just a flat 2d10 with a pen of 5. It's just Right, I'm going to go back to my spot over there now.
Combat has been done.
Yep.
For now.
For now, yes.
So when they disappear and they go back to their crypt, how long does it take for them to be recreated?
We'll find out.
A while.
So essentially, they might not be joining us in battle at the end.
You don't know.
We'll find
You
out.
don't know.
Find out. Season 3.
You could come back within an hour.
It wasn't recording when you explained the season 3
Yeah.
thing earlier.
When we say Season 3, we refer to the 7 Deadly Sins. Good show.
Still no context in that whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just basically she was asking stuff, and all I would refer to is you find out in season 3. And what about this? Season 3. What about this? Never guess what? Season 3.
But Season 4 comes out next month.
Cool. You continue down the corridor until you come once again to the fork in the road.
Ooh. But now we're a servitor down.
Still got the servo skull, but the servitor is now basically lost.
Can I?
It's out of communication range at this
The
point.
servitor
because
Can you
Kalanthos
what you were trying to do? My
was-
servo skull.
No, I was going to do a scrutiny test and see if I could find anything about these two tunnels.
Cool. Just standard perception roll, because that's awareness.
That's alright.
They're made of rock.
Down
You're confident saying that. You again, once again, they are continuing to descend down.
I'll send the servo skull on the left.
Cool. The servo skull reports what appears to be an inactive necron.
Okay. And then I'll get him to come back and we'll go send down the other one.
The servo skull reports what appears to be a clear corridor.
Okay.
Maybe you relayed this to us.
No.
But yeah.
Grandma just starts walking down the left.
Is that the one with the necron?
Of course.
And then he just goes up and smashes this necron.
As you approach the necron, you can tell that it's clearly quite badly damaged.
Are we just loitering behind? I'm like, where the hell are you
Can I
going?
rip its head? Hey, I'm
Hang on.
just this way.
Let me describe the thing before you start doing violence to it.
Okay.
And before I do violence to that train for disturbing us. So, as you approach, its head turns slowly towards you in a jerky, unnatural motion. It has what appears to be a single eye, dead center in its, in the middle of its face. It sort of attempts to lift what looks like some sort of rifle-like weapon at you, but one of its arms is missing below, effectively below the elbow, and it's unable to lift, the weapon in its hand.
Grandma goes up, puts his foot on the weapon, pin the weapon down, and examines the damage that it's done.
The damage appears to have been caused by a natural caving. It's half buried in rock.
Can I take the
And
gun?
then
So is this
Just
like a
going
dead
out.
end with like this necron?
he's going to just
The corridor is eminently passable, but it looks like this necron was almost walking down it when rock's like.
I'm just going to pull its head off.
Can I examine that weapon?
Sure. You make me a quick strength test.
With my foot still on it.
Yeah.
That's 8.
Yeah, you are comfortably able to sort of pull the gun clear from the creature's grip.
Can I go up to it and
It's-
stand face to face with it and see if I can?
Are you allowing me to rip its head off before this? Or?
No, I'm gonna butt in before you do that. Like, don't kill it just yet. Just see if I can. Can I scan it?
Can I do a
somehow?
willpower test?
You sort of look, make a quick willpower test to see how you react to it, or not to it.
I got 91.
36.
Yeah, okay. Now he rips its head off.
Okay. And I put him back with the skull.
Unlike the others, this one doesn't phase out. Something clearly went wrong with this one.
It looks like its recall. It looks like it was unable to recall back to wherever it came from. Badly damaged.
Yes. You
Bromley, can you salvage anything else from this thing?
Can I salvage anything else from this thing?
make me a difficult, let's call this tech use.
Oh, but I do tech
minus
use.
20.
Should I give him a helping hand? No.
18.
Okay. You examine the head and find strange optics built directly into it where the single eye is. You suspect that a tech priest of sufficient skill and lacking in morals, specifically relating to
The one that we have.
manipulation of Xenos tech, might be able to do something very, very interesting with that.
Oh. And what about this weapon that I've just taken off?
Do you want me to examine that as well? Or?
I really want it.
You're a Skitari, so you can examine it.
I will examine it, please.
Again, make that. You don't have tech use, do you?
He does.
I had tech use. I'm going to
everyone.
examine the body.
Oh, wait there.
I have technical knock.
Okay, just make it a perception check to kind of look it over and examine it. Is there any-
42.
That's good enough. You're clearly able to tell that it's some sort of rifle, fairly obviously. It has what is blatantly a trigger.
Do you want me to look at it?
You're fairly confident that you can use it, but you're also fairly confident that you'll probably need to practice with it before you can use it properly.
Okay, I'll give it to Grumlick to see what he thinks.
Yeah, let's have a look at this then. I'm assuming it's another difficult.
Yeah, this is weird necro attack. Makes this a -30.
3 point.
Have you got any left?
I've got one then. Okay.
So is this your last one?
No.
Good lord, you have a lot of faith.
I have 3, I've only used 1.
Yeah.
51.
You're able to confirm Carl's assessment. It's definitely a rifle of some kind, and the thing on top of it is very obviously a scope. This is clearly some sort of sniper's device, and you can tell that some sort of heretical Xenos energy runs through it. So it's clearly an energy weapon of some kind, probably based on similar technology to the Gauss weapons you've seen thus far, but you are unable to determine much more than that.
Okay.
Can I tech use the body?
Sure. Again, you're examining Xenos tech that none of you even slightly understand, so
That's right, because I got.
so -20.
Value 28. I got 3.
Jesus Christ. You're getting more out of this thing than I was anticipating. Shut up. So you examine the body for a little while, and you eventually find a device built into it. Again, you're not entirely sure what it does, but given the way it's connected to various, or almost certainly power systems, it's probably quite important.
Can I take it?
You can do.
I'm taking this device with me.
Cool.
You take the rifle.
Can I take the rifle?
You can take the rifle. I will give you its stat line in the break.
And I've got the head.
And you've got the head full of gizmos. So, I suggest you all add those things to your...
Oh wait, what do I actually write on here? Like, just...
there's a section on the back called Acquisitions. So, you, Deathmark Head, you...
Deathmark rifle.
Yeah. Again, don't worry, I'll give you the stat line in a minute.
Thank you.
And you are Deathmark Device. Again, I know what it is, so I will tell you later. So I will explain this to you later when you get back.
As soon as you said the one, I was like, that's a death mark.
Yeah, I knew as well. I was like,
It was like,
that's a death mark.
I would have known if I didn't do a kill
For the
team.
record, I deliberately made sure that there were several inactive Necrons throughout this thing that they could potentially find.
So we could have found the Immortals.
There was a couple of options, yes.
Fuck!
It was like,
There would have been a fucking...
I'm taking this.
But what I will say is, you're only allowed to find one of them. So whichever one you came to first was going to be the one you got to loot, and the rest,
Sorry.
and the rest are no longer available. Just so you don't end up, trying to backtrack through the whole thing, trying to find
that's so
something.
cool.
Sorry, but I don't want you to get too much loot.
I want to
Is
get
this one of
sight.
the better ones, or was there better options?
What,
It's pretty
the
good.
Overlord side?
We got one of the better ones.
But with that, I need to sort of stop and give people stat lines for various bits and bobs, so that's an excellent point to end this part. So thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next.
Bye!
Bye.